Here we are. We have got the 88 home. Look at how the box traveled. Wait, did he say 88? Honda didn't make three-wheelers in 1988, did they? So I know all you guys are subscribers and you've seen all my videos, especially the one on the differences between the 1982 through the 1987 Big Reds. So this claim about a 1988 Big Red might have you scratching your head a little bit. So let's go through what model Big Reds we all know for certain Honda made. The first year Big Red was the 1982 ATC 200E. Followed by the 1983 ATC 200E. These were both chain drive with high-low range, and in 1984 the ATC 200ES came along with shaft drive, high-low, and reverse. Then in 1985 in the US, they switched to the 250cc shaft drive with suspension ATC 250ES. So this was the first year of the 250cc Big Red, and it was head and shoulders above what the 200cc model was. They continued on with this model in 1986, and they also made this in 1987, which was the last year of the Honda three-wheeler in the US. But in European countries, also Australia and New Zealand, they continued to make the ATC 250ES for one final year in 1988. So naturally, I needed one to complete the collection. And then this one popped up on eBay, of all places, and it was located in England. And I was fortunate enough to win the bid on eBay, which allowed me to deal with my new friend Matt, who was a great seller, helped me orchestrate shipping, pickup, was nice enough to ask his wife to record this video.
Yeah.
This was the shipper picking the machine up in his van so we could bring it to a depot where he would place it in a crate or build a crate around it and then put it on a boat and send it across the pond to the United States of America. And after 3 very, very patient months, it was ready for pickup, and that's where our story begins for today. Good morning. We are starting today's journey. It's a little before 8 on a Friday. Took a day off work to go pick up my buddy John, and we are going to go on a little adventure. More details to follow, but this is the one we've been waiting for. This is pretty big for what I'm trying to put together. So thanks for coming along, and stay tuned for the ride. It'll be a fun one. So here we are, just pulled into STG Logistics here down in Secaucus, New Jersey, where we are picking up our package from England. This is a first for me, so we're gonna see what happens. It's a very colorful area, and I'm pretty pumped. So let's see what happens. Wow. This is my first time doing this. I'm here at a terminal where containers are being unloaded and people are picking up their stuff. Trucks, tractor trailers, delivery trucks, not a lot of Dodge Rams with U-Haul trailers rolling up in here. Followed some bad instructions at the beginning. And I think I've spent about 45 minutes driving around in close quarters with tractor trailers in a parking lot. So that's neat. Really enjoyed myself. I'm looking for Dock 85 when I get there. And then I can pick up my crate. And I got charged 75 bucks, I think, because I'm not gonna be returning the pallets. I really have no idea what I'm doing here. Oh, fish out of water. Playing the part though. I learned a secret a long time ago that if you just look like you're a little upset, nobody really messes with you or asks you too many questions. You just kind of mean mug it through, even though you're really happy you're getting your 88 Big Red. I don't know what I'm doing. He's good. Oh, he almost had it. I'm way far away from 85. Dodging trucks. Almost there. Should probably put my seatbelt on, right? 76. Show me 85. Sweet, it's open. What do we got? 85. 85 is open. Yeah. Man, I hope it fits. Plenty of room. Thanks, sir. Here we are. We have got the 88 home. Look at how the box traveled. I might have been under the wrong impression that this thing was in a crate. It was in a glorified box. And the internal, look at this thing. The internal skeleton is not really structurally sound. They just staple cardboard to wood here. So it's pretty funny. But yeah, I have yet to pull this off the trailer. I was thinking I was gonna have to drag the crate off, but I think I'll just have to pull it apart really and expose what's inside. But as always, I go for one and another one follows me home. This is an 84 TRX 200. This is Honda's first four-wheeler. First four-wheeler they ever made outside of things like the Odyssey. This is what started it for them. Only model four-wheeler made in 1984. And the last model three-wheeler made in 88. So it's kind of a neat haul that we brought home. Story on this, my My buddy Chad Bennett, as we all know, is legit. Tagged me, well, forwarded the information on this to me, and worked out perfectly to pick this up yesterday while I was down there getting the Big Red. It's got the original tires on it. It's got very little wear. There is some weird things about it, and I'll point those out. It's not perfect. You know, it was a little bit better in the pictures, as they always are. We all know that. But it's really nice. So let's get these things unloaded, drag them out to the barn, and we'll see what we got. So we're gonna try this out. So I ended up putting these straps on it because on the way away from where I picked it up, it started to rain, and the cardboard started to blow up at the front. So I thought, oh, I don't want the air to get under it and blow it off, and the tape was starting to fail. So I put one strap over the front, and then it started to do that at the back. So I cinched them down, and as I cinched them down, I was compromising the structure underneath. And every time I'd stop, I'd adjust straps and tighten things down. But all right, we're getting close to the unveiling here. I'm going to reposition the camera and see what happens. All right, that is not the factory sticker, I do not believe, but maybe. I don't know. This was tacked up by the outfit I hired to ship it. This thing had been used by a farmer, so it's got some weld marks and whatnot on it. It's got the reflectors because they look so good, right? But yeah, here we go. More. Let's do more. There it is. Some fresh American sunshine. She got rained on her first night here. It's just a Big Red, so that's all smushy. It's all right. I've got a perfect donor. It's gonna be great. All right, let me undo these straps, and I think I can just wheel it right off there. So there it is. Got the straps off. They had it strapped at each corner, down to the pallet. And that was pretty much it. So we've got a little RTV around the flywheel cover. What else we got? Some non-Honda wiring connections there. These are, can't believe they did this. I mean, they look better when they're not all twisted up and everything, but that's just, that was I believe a factory option. So the side cover is notched out around the starter motor gear. We got surface rust. Oh, there it is. 1988. That's why, if you're wondering why would you import a Big Red from England with a rotted out muffler and surface rust everywhere? Why would you do that, Preston? Well, because it's an 88 and I needed it. It's got the kicker cover, so that's good. These would say ATC. Hopefully my man Bruce Allman has some templates or can throw some together for me. She needs love. She looks like she was stored outside, beside the barn, behind the barn. Look at these foot guards. Did the other side have one of those? Yeah. That's interesting. All right, let's get it on the ground. Tank is really nice inside. I'll say this, it is what I thought it was. It is what I thought it was. It's not necessarily better than I thought it was, so no surprises though. Those heel guards, those got to be aftermarket, but they're cool. I like them. It's got a ball on it. I wonder if that's a metric ball. They came from England, so they're imperial over there. So let's check the trunk. Oh my gosh, is the book in here? No book. There's a carb in there. And the original on-off run switch. He's got an 85 style on here. So it's got the original switch. I wonder why that stopped working. It must be original carb. He's got an 85 style there. We can do better than that. Oh yeah, he's got a China carb on there. We can do better than that too. I know where this carb is gonna go, to my buddy Curdy Eldridge, 223 cycles. That thing will be looking better than it did from the factory. The the seat, as you'll notice, does not have Honda on the back. It's got that warning, which is similar to like the 88 250R. So I will be sending maybe that seat or another seat to Cosmic Quads, Tammy Mosier, to hopefully recreate that. But before I do anything to this, just like this machine's going to Trike Fest, and we're gonna ride it. I don't think I'm gonna put it through any deep mud holes, so don't get too excited to see any of that. But cool score, 88 Big Red. Headlight cage is wonky. I think I've got a spare of those. That motor obviously needs to come out. We'll see if she smokes before we pull it. It's even got the clutch adjustment cover. Look at that. But we will dress up that motor, dress up the frame. I can say with some confidence I am not going to put mud flaps back on this. Talked to my friend in Scotland, Nick Riddy. Forgive me, Nick, if I'm butchering your last name, but he's the one who told me that they were an option. So I'm going to be perfectly content with just putting traditional 250 ES rear fenders on this that are pretty pristine. Looks like I got to stay with this rack because it's got the tabs there, but the rack is straight. It's a decent rack. Some scratches, Honestly though, very nice machine. You'd be happy to have this. If you bought this over here, you'd probably pay about a quarter what I paid for this, but very, very respectable. The front rack is pretty true, a little dinger there. I think the US ones have that tab to mount the reflector, and my Canadian friend tells me the reflectors are still available, so we can put fresh reflectors on it. I think that's all I've got to share with you right now. I want to put some oil in it and see if she runs. Maybe that'll be for later. Now we can talk about this guy, which is in really nice shape. Let's get it unloaded and see what it looks like on the ground. Okay, we are unloaded. Now from this angle, it looks amazing, right? So I did notice a couple things. Crack-free plastics aren't 100% crack-free, but it's not bad. Seat is good. It's a little dirty. I don't know if that shows up, but it's good. Did notice when I was unloading it, that looks like it's sheared off, but we can figure that out. It's funny. When I had one of these as a kid, ours had the same thing right there. That something's been smushed there. And these brackets, looks like maybe there was a plow on this thing. But usually when I see vehicles that have had plows on them, they are rusted horribly. But this thing is clean. Little gasket maker there. Somebody's cheating. Missing a bolt there. Little things. Original tires. Atsu. What are these? H-Track ATs. 25-12-9. Different than what came on the 84 Big Red. So that's interesting, isn't it? Because really the drivetrain and motor to this is the same as the 84 Big Red. Probably different in some regard. Somebody might know more about it than me. Look at that. Toolkits there. He said he didn't have any of the paperwork. Didn't come with it. He said he got it from an older gentleman. It's got this, I don't know, some arts and crafts went on there. Got into the fender a little bit. I don't know how difficult it might be to find a trunk lid to replace that. So this is a sentimental buy for me. I had one when I was a kid. This was the first machine I really rode. My dad had one of these and an 84 Big Red, and I gravitated toward this early on because it I don't know, it was more stable. I wasn't as good on a three-wheeler, and so this was my go-to. This is like a sentimental thing for me. It's clean. I've looked at them. I've seen them pop up. This one was really cheap for what it is, so I'm very thankful. And the good news is, if I decide at some point that, you know what, that was neat, I relived the period of time I wanted to, I can sell it and be ahead and totally good. So I actually, look at that. Rear suspension, where the 84 Big Red did not have rear suspension. So seeing that is making me think there's got to be more than just a few differences with this as far as the drivetrain goes. So that whole rear end, that's all cast together where that shock bolts on. So that's, even though it looks similar to a Big Red, side by side, I'm sure it's different. That swing arm has mounting tabs, kind of like a Yamaha would. This is probably where Honda realized, no, that's dumb. We could do better than that, so they went to something better. I'm just making stuff up, guys. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm told it needs a carburetor clean. Always clean your carburetors. You don't need to buy Chinese stuff. If your carburetor is dirty and you don't want to tackle it, you don't know about them, send them to Curdy Eldridge, 223 Cycles. He has a website. I'll put it in the description. Very informative website too. You can order carb kits. You can order parts that you. Curdy has a process for restoring them to make the finish just pop. I've put carburetors in ultrasonic cleaners and it does the job, but if you can cook them too long, they come out and like the aluminum has got black on it now, and then you try to polish it and you do a good job, but it is unreal what Curdy can do. He's done one for me, done a couple for me, but I'll post some pictures, insert some pictures here so you can see what they look like. He's just top notch. This afternoon I'd love to throw some oil in the Big Red, check the differential fluid, make sure it's got some. If they didn't empty that, maybe they probably did, and throw some gas in it. I saw a video of it running, so I'm assuming it's running. So that's the story. That's the first Honda four-wheeler made, 1984, TRX 200. And the last, come on. There we go. The last Honda three-wheeler made, 1988 Big Red. Some of you guys might hear that and go, last one they made was in 87. Last time they made them was 86. I thought that way too, until I learned. So let me learn you. Let me learn you today. 88 Big Red. They sold these. Where'd they sell them? England, Europe, Australia, New Zealand. Now some people might say, well, they're supposed to be the super red. Your tank's been tampered with. Nope, that's not right. It's partially right. Australia, for certain, they were branded the super red. There was some sort of copyright infringement. New Zealand, I'll put a question mark on that. I don't know. I'm told both ways, I think. If there's any New Zealand watchers, I'd love to have you here. Like and subscribe if you're from New Zealand. But I don't know. Clarify that for the world to see. But this is an 88 Big Red from England, and Europe was Big Red also. And some people might say, well, now you need a super red from Australia to have one of each. That's a cool idea. I will give you that. I am tired of trying to chase these down. And you know what I didn't like? I didn't like paying all that money to have this thing shipped over here. That was expensive. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to say, you know what? I needed an 88 250 ES. ATC 250 ES, and you know what? I got one. So, victory. And what I need now is a 1985 ATC 200 ES Big Red. Some people might scrunch their nose up at that, wrinkle their brow. 85, they went to 250 ES. Yes, they did. But did you know they continued to make a 200 ES Big Red, hardtail, shaft drive, high-low reverse. And they sold them in Canada and Australia and England and other places, but not America. So what I really would like is a frame and a motor. And I would like to have that shipped over here, and then I can track it, an 84 Big Red down and steal everything I need off of that. That's cheating, maybe. That's saving a lot of money. Oh, that's all. Now I'm rambling. Have a great day. I know I will. And before I put this video together, I will put some video of that thing running so we can have closure. Show you I didn't buy a turd. There you go. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Enjoy. Okay, so this is where we're gonna have to end it. The Big Red, the 88, does run. It took a little finagling to figure out that the ground was pulled. And once I figured out that, and the previous owner let me know that the aftermarket on-off run switch is backwards, so off is on and on is off. That helped us get it running. I put a new battery in it. But as you can see, she runs, and I did ride it, but it runs kind of like garbage. So we're gonna get the original carburetor cleaned. We're gonna put on, and we're gonna run this thing at Trike Fest, and it's gonna be fantastic, and everybody will smile, including myself. And that is gonna be how this video ends. So she runs, she needs love, and we will give it to her. So thank you so much for watching. And now I'm going to take these two machines and load them up into my truck by myself and start another adventure tomorrow. So stay tuned for that, and we'll see where these go and what comes home. Have a great night.